workers of the Federal Capital Territory Administration (FCTA) under the Joint Union Action Congress have commenced an indefinite strike, effectively grounding activities across departments of the FCTA. The action adds to a growing list of labor disputes in the Federal Capital Territory since the appointment of Minister Nyesom Wike in August 2023. Trust TV's Nuel Samson, who is monitoring the strike, reports that the development has raised fresh concerns over staff welfare and labor relations within the FCT. His report.
Since Nyesom Wike assumed office as Minister of the Federal Capital Territory in August 2023, the FCT has witnessed at least 5 major industrial actions involving different categories of workers. Between March and July 2025, primary school teachers under the FCTA Local Education Authority embarked on a strike that lasted over 4 months, disrupting academic activities across the area councils. In the same year, area council workers under the Nigerian Union of Local Government Employees shut down council operations for more than 3 months over unpaid salaries and welfare concerns. FCTA and the Federal Capital Development Authority (FCDA) workers also staged a 3-day protest between June 30th and July 2nd, 2025, while resident doctors embarked on a 7-day warning strike in September 2025. The ongoing JUAC strike marks the first indefinite industrial action in the FCT in 2026. Labor records indicate that most of the strikes since 2023 were triggered by unpaid entitlements, delayed promotions, and the non-implementation of the 17,000 minimum wage. Although several strikes were suspended following ministerial interventions, unions saying agreements were rarely fully implemented, leading to repeated industrial actions. As of mid-January 2026, the FCTA has yet to issue an official response to the latest strike notice, raising concerns about possible disruptions to public services in the nation's capital. However, a visit to the FCTA Secretariat in the central area revealed a calm atmosphere with security personnel from different agencies present. Striking workers were seen waiting around the premises, while the main gate of the Secretariat remained shut with no vehicles allowed in or out.
Mass failure of just the concluded CBT exams. We know that we're not done. Things went wrong. The systems were failing. Some you log in and it will tell you no login in details. Power failure. And we wrote to them that you need to look into this. But to our greatest dismay, last week Tuesday, the letters were signed and released. 22.5% success rate. That is a no-no for us because we know the problems. We are agitating for overhead that has not been paid. I think I talked about overhead. We are agitating for intimidation of our staff by certain privileged people on top. Let's say I make a mistake as the staff of the FCT. Somebody just brings in a police person to come and arrest me inside the office because he's my boss without following the procedural way of handling grievances in the civil service. We are agitating for tenure elongation that shouldn't be. If it's my time to retire, I should retire and go in peace, not to be retained because it stops others from coming up and so it stunts our growth. So many issues, lack of materials to work with. The joy of being a worker and having job satisfaction is when you are allowed to deliver your work, do it well and with happiness, not to just come and see it because you don't have this, you will not be able to work.
As at time of filing this report, authorities were yet to respond to the demands of the workers, with unions insisting that previous promises have not been translated into concrete action. The latest strike once again places the spotlight on labor relations in the Federal Capital Territory and the growing pressure on authorities to deliver lasting solutions. Nuel, Samson, Trust TV News, Abuja.